And a good Tuesday evening, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to Central Lyon Gymnasium here in Rock Rapids. My name is Joel Viss, along with you for Siouxland Conference volleyball action here tonight between the Central Lyon Lady Lions and the West Lyon Wildcats, as they will do battle in the final week of the regular season here for our volleyballers. And the Central Lyon Lady Lions, talking to Coach Shar, is very excited about the week, and but she's not looking past the week, and she is definitely staying focused as this goes on. For the Lady Lions, last week a strong showing and a very competitive showing last week in what was probably the toughest week of the regular season for them. On Tuesday last week, they lost a tough matchup to MOC Floyd Valley, 3-0. Then they bounced right back, and on Thursday they went over to Sioux Center and beat Sioux Center 3-0 over there, and a great win, Coach Shar said, and she was very proud of her girls the way they came off a loss to MOC and rebounded and turned around and got back in the winning order and took it to Sioux Center. With that win over Sioux Center, that sets up the Lions for a possibility at a three-way tie for second in the Siouxland Conference. MOC Floyd Valley obviously will be first place in the Siouxland Conference, as they are still undefeated in conference play. But Sioux Center, Sheldon, and Central Lyon all sit at 5-2. So barring no crazy upsets, the Lions are hoping to be put in the position of a second-place finish in Siouxland Conference play. The Lions also in action this past weekend over at Harris Lake Park. Part of that tournament came home with a second-place finish, lost in the finals to Harris Lake Park. And while they were over there, Kylie Metzger picked up her 1,000th career assist, so congratulations to Kylie and on her accomplishment as she moved forward. As you hear, the buzzer is going off here, and we are getting ready for starting lineups and our national anthem as we get started here for the West Lyon Wildcats. They have Madison Grotwald at a starter. Number 2, number 1 is Emery Martin. Number 5, Grace Bowder. Number 6, Madison Haig. And number 18, Jada Cruz. Also number 4, Haley Knobloch. And number 23, Kennedy Kramer for the Wildcats starting lineup. For the Lions starting lineup, they have at a senior, 5'11" middle hitter, number 2, Ellie Peterson. A sophomore, 5'9" outside hitter, number 4 is Paige Deeren. A junior, 5'8" outside hitter, number 5, that is Sutton Schlumbaum. And and their setter, we just talked about her, a junior, 5'10", number 7, that is Kylie Metzger. Also at a sophomore, a 5'4" defensive specialist, that is number 9, Emma Peterson. And a 5'9" sophomore middle hitter is number 12, Whitney Wogmeister, as she will move into the starting lineup as Farrah Lewis is out with an injury, and we hope to get her back later on this week. Our libero is number 19, a 5'3" senior. That is Nikki Blumendahl. The starting lineups for both these teams. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of this Siouxland Conference volleyball matchup between the West Lyon Wildcats and the Central Lyon Lady Lions. You're listening to Lyon Volleyball on the Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Hi, this is Russell Forrest. It's a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble Austin & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church making the memories that are priceless.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon Gymnasium for tonight's Siouxland Conference volleyball matchup between West Lyon and Central Lyon here in the final week of the regular season here in Siouxland's conference play. My name is Joel Viss. Glad to have you along. A big thanks to all of our sponsors out there here tonight, as without them, this would not be possible. We are glad to be able to bring you these volleyball matches throughout this season. Lions start with service. Emma Peterson will set it up right away. Can't be handled out of the back row into the net. Setter couldn't dig it out. Was Emery Martin. She was doing everything she could, but could not keep it alive, and an early 1-0 lead for the Lions. Emma Peterson, the 5'4" sophomore, sends it to the back row again. Set up here onto the outside. Kill attempt to the back row. Blumendahl underneath of it. Metzger pushes across. Wildcats control. They set up outside again. Another kill attempt by Grace Bowder. Lions keeping it alive, and a pushover by the Wildcats to the back corner finds its mark, and Kennedy Kramer will score the point and even it at 1 here for West Lyon. Kennedy Kramer now going back to do the serving duties for the Wildcats. She'll send it deep out the back line, and the Lions will get service right back. Lions come into tonight 21-8 on the season. The Wildcats 15-7 overall on their season as well. Paige Deeren now serving for the Lions, sends it to the back row, set up by Martin to the outside. Another shot by Grace Bowder, but the Lions control it. They'll set out outside to Sutton Schlumbaum. Great cross-court set. Kylie Metzger, Sutton Schlumbaum, and she goes line and scores the point on the big kill attempt. Paige Deeren back to serve once again. She'll send it into the back right corner there. Martin underneath of it. Quick set over the middle is blocked right away by the Lions. Peterson and Schlumbaum there to block the kill attempt by Haley Knobloch. Lions with a 4-1 advantage here in set number 1. Deeren once again to serve into the back row. Martin, it's deep as Ellie Peterson jumps up, tips it down. Wildcats underneath of it. They rally and send it across. Metzger sets it up outside. Peterson fires, but too strong out the back line, and the ball will go back to the West Lyon favor. Grace Bowder now on to serve for the Wildcats as they trail 4-2. Bowder will send it to the back row, handled by the Lions. Metzger sets up Schlumbaum. Schlumbum fires the back corner. It's dug out there. Martin now sets it up. Push attempt across by Grotwald. Lions set up again. Metzger to Schlumbum. Schlumbum fires through the defense and scores the point, and a tough job there. Jada Cruz tried to get underneath of it, but could not get there. Lions now with service again, 5-2 the lead. Nikki Blumendahl into serve. Also checking in here is Whitney Wagmeister into the front row. Wildcats set it up outside. Shot attempt blocked again, and the Lions score. That time Madison Grotwald took a shot from the outside. Kylie Metzger was there to meet her, as well as Wagmeister. 6-2 now the lead as Blumendahl back to serve once again. A short serve is dug up out of the back row there. Back set is no good as it's hit into the net. Grace Bowder with the attempt there, could not convert. Blumendahl gets her sign from Coach Shar. She'll send it to the back row. Martin underneath of it. To the middle they go. Push attempt. Lions block. Wildcats back on the offense again. Shot attempt over the top is tipped, but does score. Madison Grotwald, great roll shot for her. Knew the double block was there. Decided to roll over the top. It was tipped by the Lion defenders, but falls good for the point. Wildcats back with service once again. They'll send it into the back row. Kylie Metzger underneath. Outside Schlumbum fires to the back corner. Martin back set here to Bowder. She'll send it across. Blumendahl underneath. Metzger outside. Schlumbum fires through, and she will score. The block was there for the Wildcats, but Schlumbum able to power through it. Back row could not get there. Kylie Metzger now on to do the serving here for the Lions as they lead 8-3 here in set number one. Martin sets up over the middle, skip pass across. Grotwald tips to the backside, finds the opening. Great fake there by the Wildcats. Looked like they were setting up Madison Haig in the middle. Went over top of her. Grotwald just tipped it to the corner and was able to score for the Wildcats. Emery Martin serves into the back row. Kylie Metzger had to come deep into the net to get that back set, but does it, and Schlumbum hammers it home. Sutton Schlumbum, the Lions' leader in kills on the season. Now back to serve. Martin underneath it, back set over to Grotwald. She'll fire through and score for the Wildcats. West Lyon also in their final leg of the regular season as the serve goes into the net from Madison Grotwald that time. Lions will regain the set and go up 10-5. Wildcats will receive a bye as well as the Lions in the first round of the district tournament. This could be a matchup down the road here once again in tournament play. Wildcats fire deep to the back corner. Shot is good. Grace Bowder, great shot. It just died right there in the back corner and fell right on the end line. Wildcats now trail 10-6 here as they will send their libero back there, Jada Cruz, to do the serving. Cruz will send it into the net, and another faulty serve by the Wildcats. That is back-to-back serves into the net, and tough to beat a team like Central Lyon in the first place, but you cannot have those self-admitted errors. Lions now with that 11-6 lead. They'll send Peterson back to serve once again. Deep into the net. Martin digs it out. Wildcats able to keep it alive. Now Metzger sets up Peterson. She tips across. Martin's underneath it. Set outside once again here for the Wildcats is Kramer. Her shot is dug out. Metzger with a shot. Wildcats rally. Metzger now trying to get under it again. Metzger sets it up over the middle. Peterson tips across. Martin once again. Wildcats scrambling. They're keeping it alive. Lions trying to come back with it. Schlumbum pushes across. Underneath is Kramer. Set up outside. Roll shot. Schlumbum underneath. Back set. Schlumbum fires out the end line. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Fantastic volley there by both squads, scrambling, keeping that ball alive, and the Wildcats hang on to score the point and pull within 11-7. Kramer on to serve once again. Now Metzger sets it up back row to Schlumbum. She digs it out. Martin sets it up deep side there to Bowder. Bowder fires back corner, and she scores as Blumendahl can't get to it. 11-8, just a 3-point advantage here now for the Lions. Wildcats awaiting the ball here. Sophomore Kennedy Kramer here on to serve once again for the Wildcats. She will send it into the net. That is 3 serves into the net now for the Wildcats here in set number 1. Only trailing by 4. Those have proven to be killers here early on. Paige Deeren now back to serve for the Lions. She will send it into the back row. Wildcats get underneath of it. Back set just has to push across with Grotwald. Kylie Metzger sets it up deep outside. Schlumbum steps back, roll shot across. Martin sets it up. Bowder fires, blocked, but the Wildcats are under it. Great save by the Wildcats. Schlumbum takes another shot, and Schlumbum scores it this time. Jada Cruz was right there for the Wildcats after that block attempt, kept it alive, but Schlumbum got another shot and was able to score the point. Back to a 5-point advantage as Deeren sends it over. Martin runs underneath of it, has to bring it back out. Wildcats just push to the back row. Blumendahl to Metzger. Outside, Schlumbum fires line and scores. Sutton Schlumbum early on in this set has been very good at picking whether she needs to shoot cross court or go line, and she has been effective as she has been all season. Deeren clips the net but gets it across there. Good dig out there, roped around their back row attack, and the shot goes out of bounds. Haley Knobloch had the shot at it, and the Lions will score and move their advantage to 15-8. Wildcats will call a timeout. Darla Grotwald needs to talk this one over with her squad. Wildcats just need to calm down a little bit as they were within an 11-8 Lion advantage, but they also had 3 shots into the net, 3 services into the net, and now they've pushed a couple out there. When they get set up, they have been effective against Central Lyon. They've done a great job of scrambling. I think you're going to see Coach Grotwald go in there and just tell her team to calm down. For the Lions, Coach Jamie Shaw over there just telling them to stay the course, keep firing as they have been. And Sutton Schlumbum is having herself a great game so far. And really, you want to find the ball in her hands at any chance that you can get. Out of the timeout, the Lions will have serve at 15-8. The advantage, Paige Deeren still on the service for the Lions. Deeren has the sign now from the officials. She'll send it back middle. Martin has to come underneath of it. Back set to the back row. Shot is deep out the back line there by Kramer. Kramer could not find the mark. And a substitution coming in here. Looks like Avery Lenz will substitute into the game. Also coming into the game is number 7. I do not have her in my roster, so I'm not sure. Deeren sends it across again. It is set up to the outside by Lenz. Tip attempt over the top. Goes out of bounds. Just missed there. Had the right idea. Did Haley Knobloch. Just could not get it to drop in bounds. 17-8 now the Lion lead. Paige Deeren still serving here for the Lions. Deep into the back row. They have to come out of it. Lenz, she'll set it up back row. Grotwald sends it across. Kylie Metzger now sets up Peterson. She hammers it home, and Peterson gets her first kill of the night. Ellie Peterson had a couple attempts but could not score it. That time she connects, and it's a 10-point Lion advantage here in set number 1. Paige Deeren on a great run here for the Lions. She took over at 12-8 and has scored 6 straight points. Wildcats push across there. Emma Peterson underneath. Metzger outside. Schlumbum fires, scores. Sutton Schlumbum is on fire here tonight. She is swinging hard, and she is ready to go. Paige Deeren still at service for the Lions. Wildcats desperately need to break serve here and get a little bit of the momentum away. Can't do it there as they cannot handle the serve from Deeren, an ace serve. And Darla Grotwald's going to call her second timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be back with more Lion Volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Back in Rock Rapids, set number 1 here, Siouxland Conference Volleyball. Central Lyon and West Lyon. Lions leading 20-8. Paige Deeren still serving. Wildcats take a shot to the back row. Emma Peterson knocks it over the top. Can't be handled there. Wildcats keep it alive, and it is blocked down by the Lions for another point. The Purple have been on a roll here, doing everything right, getting all the breaks so far. Wildcats just cannot seem to break the serve of Paige Deeren. She started at 12-8 and has run it to 21. Martin underneath of it again, sets it up outside. Shot is blocked by Bowder. Quick set over the middle this time, can't be found. Haley Knobloch just missed it. Knobloch was trying to tip over the block attempt that time and just missed and hit it into the net. Now 22-8. And Deeren still on serve. Deeren clips the net and it falls over and hits the sidelines. And that's just the way this set has gone. The Lions have gotten every break and the Wildcats are getting none. Paige Deeren with an ace serve will be credited. She'll send it to the back row this time across. Martin will set it up, back set around to Knobloch. Knobloch fires out the back line. And it is 24-8, and it is set point for Central Lyon. Paige Deeren now once again looking for set number 1 for Central Lyon. She'll send it to the back row. Can't be handled, and the Lions will score and make it 25-8, and they will take set number 1. We'll come back with set number 2 when we return to more Lion Volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Hi, this is Russell Forrest. It's a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble Austin & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church making the memories that are priceless.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
And we welcome you back to Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon, getting set up for set number 2 between Central Lyon and West Lyon. Central Lyon took set number 1 by a score of 25-8. Wildcats had it at 11-8. Lions scored that 12th point, and then Paige Deeren was able to run out the score all the way to 25 to take that first set win here over the Wildcats. In between sets, got to take a look at our junior high volleyball girls as they are out here being introduced. 30-plus junior high girls finished with a winning record on the season. Their season finished up yesterday. So congratulations to those junior high Lady Lions. Looking forward to seeing them in the future. Lions took set number 1 here over the Wildcats. Like I said, both these teams await their opponents in conference play coming up on October the 22nd. The Lions will play here in Central Lyon against the winner of Rock Valley or Boyden Hall. That game is at 7 o'clock here in Rock Rapids. That is October the 22nd. That is round number 2 of the district pairings. Wildcats start with serve this time around. Emery Martin sends it to the back row. Kylie Metzger outside. Peterson fires through. It's blocked. Lions keep it alive. Over the top they go. Lions control again. Blumendahl outside shot there. She gives it off. And the Lions push it across. Wildcats keep it alive. Metzger once again sets up Peterson. She tips over the top and scores the point. Ellie Peterson just too tall, too long. And she's able to get above the blockers and just push that ball across at 5'11". Emma Peterson now back to serve for the Lions here as they take the early lead in set number 2. Martin sets it up deep to the outside to Kramer. Kramer fires across and scores. Nikki Blumendahl couldn't catch it. And the Wildcats score it with 1. Wildcats back to serve here again. Madison Grotwald. Metzger sets it up over the middle. Schlumbum just pushes to the back row. Martin will set it up once again. Back set this time to Kramer. She'll push across. Peterson, Metzger, back to Peterson. She fires through. Wildcats rally underneath of it. They push across, keep it in play. Blumendahl pass to Metzger. Outside, Paige Deeren fires back corner and scores. The kill attempt for Paige Deeren scores the Lion point. It is 2-1. And Paige Deeren will move on to go back to serve. A familiar sight here for the Lions. Deeren sends it into the back row. A short serve. Wildcats struggle to get underneath it, but do. They send it across. Kylie Metzger running after the ball and could not get to it. Emma Peterson hit it straight up in the air. Kylie made a valiant attempt to go get it, but could not get enough of it. Tied at 2 now, back to serve is Jada Cruz for the Wildcats. Cruz will send it across. Metzger, quick send over the middle to Peterson. She fires through. A dig attempt by Cruz goes over the net. Peterson trying to go up and tip it back down, but missed. It falls on the Lions' side, and the Wildcats have their first lead here at 3-2. Cruz sends it way deep into the back row off the end line. Tied back at 3. Lions will get service once again. Ellie Peterson will come out, and Whitney Wagmeister will come in for the Lions. Nikki Blumendahl back to serve for Central Lyon. She'll send it too far out the end line and give the serve right back to the Wildcats and give them the lead once again. Now on to serve here for the Wildcats, Kennedy Kramer. Kramer sends it to the back row. Peterson gives it off to Metzger. Schlumbum fires back row. Cruz underneath of it. Martin sets it up, blocked on the kill attempt. Grace Bowder tried. A double block by the Lions. They were there to meet her. Ball falls down, and we're tied at 4. Kylie Metzger back to serve now for Central Lyon. As we said, Metzger picked up her 1,000th career assist this past weekend at the Harris Lake Park tournament. Shot from the back row there for the Wildcats goes into the net. Madison Grotwald too short on it that time. And that has been a familiar saying here for the Wildcats throughout set one and early on in set number two. Metzger into the back row. Martin sets it up right over the middle. Push attempt across. Lions scramble. They'll keep it alive. Blumendahl gets it across. Martin sets it up again to the outside. Push attempt there by Grotwald. Lions handle it. Schlumbaum fires back row. Cruz can't handle. A big kill attempt there. Kylie Metzger to serve once again. Lions lead 6-4 here in set number two to the back row. Tough set there. Martin has to come get it. Grotwald sends it across. Deeren underneath of it. Metzger serves outside. Schlumbaum fires. Blocked primarily, but the Wildcats keep it alive. A fight at the net. Metzger pushes back row. Wildcats underneath. Now Martin will send it across. Underneath of it is Fredrickson. Metzger sets it up tight into the net. Wagmeister can't get to it. A great volley again. Martin tries a tip drill. Kylie Metzger pushes back line. Wildcats, here's the attempt outside, and the shot is too deep. Grace Bowder could not find the mark. Fantastic volley once again by both these squads, and the Lions gaining the point. Kylie Metzger sends it back left there once again. Tough handle there. Wildcats just have to send it across. Fredrickson sets it up now to Metzger. Wagmeister takes the shot and scores. And Whitney Wagmeister gets her first kill of the night. Metzger serves it with that 8-4 lead. Wildcats set up outside. Bowder will take a shot into the back corner. Blumendahl gets it in the air. Scramble for it. Lions push it across. Wildcats set it up again. Martin, Bowder fires. Tipped at the line. Goes over the net. Wildcats keep alive. Trying to push it across, but can't score it. Emery Martin had the right idea there. Just hit it into the net. Lions now with that 9-4 edge, and Metzger still at serve. Back row once again. Emery Martin back set this time. Across goes to Madison Haig. Or no, that was Haley Knobloch. Knobloch was blocked, and it falls on the Wildcats side. Wildcats call timeout. 10-4, the Lion lead. We'll be back with more Lion Volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back in Rock Rapids, set number two here tonight between the Lions and the Wildcats. Central Lyon leading set two, 10-4. Wildcats have led twice in this set. They actually led 4-3 at one point. The Lions have run off 6 straight points since then. Lions won set number one by a score of 25-8. Kylie Metzger on to serve once again here for the Lions. Sends it into the back middle. Martin has to run underneath of it, keeps it alive, but the Lions now have control outside. Schlumbaum fires through the defense and scores. That time the block was there, just could not get enough of it. Haley Knobloch had the hands up. Schlumbaum fired through. Metzger once again sends it back middle. Emery Martin back set around to Knobloch. She fires through the defense. Deflected off the double block and scores the point for the Wildcats. And that was a big service break there for the Wildcats to try and go on a little run of their own as they trail 11-5. Blumendahl digs it out deep into the net. Metzger has to try and keep it alive. Fredrickson gets it over. Tip over by Emery Martin, and Emery Martin, she missed on the last chance at that, hit it in the net. This time she nailed it and found the hole right in the middle of the defense. And now it's 11-6 in favor of Central Lyon, but the Wildcats have served. Great short serve there that time. Grace Bowder scores the point. 3 straight points for the Wildcats, and they've closed within 4. Grace Bowder once again serving here for West Lyon. She'll send it off the net and falls in. And those little bounces that didn't go their way in the first set now going their way as they get one of those. Paige Deeren had one in set 1. This time Bowder returns the favor. Bowder once again a short serve. Deeren underneath of it. Metzger digs it deep. Schlumbum fires to the back row and scores. That was a fantastic set by Kylie Metzger. Paige Deeren had to scramble to get underneath of it. Metzger went to her knees to bring it up in the air, and Schlumbum scored the point. Sutton now on to serve and serves it out the back line. She'll give it right back to the Wildcats. Wildcats come in to serve once again, trailing by 3 here in set number 2. This is about the moment in set 1 where the Lions were able to stretch it out and run away with it as the Wildcats send it out the back line here once again. On to serve now for the Lions is Connie Wilson. Ellie Peterson checks back into the game as well. Wilson sends it into the back row. Emery Martin back serve around. Wildcats keep it alive. J.C. Fredrickson just sends it across for Central Lyon. Set up for the Wildcats goes to Madison Grotwald. She scores the point for the Wildcats, and it is 13-10. Wilson will come out. Also coming out will be Whitney Wongmeister, and Nikki Blumendahl checks back in. Emery Martin with her serve out the back line. That has been a struggle here for the Wildcats in tonight's matchup. They have had multiple serves out the back line or into the net. Just cannot find the middle consistently. Lions once again back to serve as they lead 14-10. Emma Peterson sends it across. Martin sets up Kramer. Kramer fires too strong, and she can't find the mark, and the Lions will extend their lead. Emma Peterson looking over to Coach Shaw, getting the sign on where it needs to go. Peterson sends it to the back left corner. Martin sets it up outside. Kramer tip attempt. Peterson underneath. Metzger outside. Paige Deeren shoots deep, and too deep it is out the back line. And the Wildcats will regain service once again. Madison Grotwald will go back to serve now for the Wildcats, trailing by 4 here in set number 2. Emma Peterson to Metzger. Metzger outside to Deeren. Deeren could not get a handle on it and tips it into the net. Now a 15-12 Lion advantage. Grotwald once again to serve into the back row. Blumendahl digs it out. Metzger quick set to Peterson. She hits it off the deflection, and it scores for the Lions. Not very often do you see Ellie Peterson take a big full swing like that. She is very good at tipping across and finding the openings there, but she has been swinging hard tonight. 16-12, the Lion lead. Paige Deeren on to serve once again. Emery Martin back set. Around to the corner they go, and Haig cannot find her mark. Lions rally around. Schlumbum fires across. Martin again over to Kramer. Kramer's shot into the net, and the Lions will score the point. 17-12, Paige Deeren on to serve once again here for the Lions. This is not the rotation the Wildcats like. This is what caught them in set number 1. Martin back set to Kramer. She pushes across. Underneath of it's Deeren. Blumendahl. Now Metzger sends it across. Martin once again. She'll send it up outside shot attempt. Bowder that is. Grace Bowder scores the point for the Wildcats. That was a fantastic save by the Lions. First by Deeren to get under it, then Blumendahl and Metzger to keep it alive, but it allowed the Wildcats to get set up, and Grace Bowder able to nail the point. Metzger, quick set here to Peterson. Wildcats underneath of it. Martin sends it across, and a roll shot this time by Grace Bowder finds its mark. Wildcats expect to see a lot more of that as the Lions bring a double block every time and have been effective with it. Now the Wildcats just using that roll shot. Jada Cruz sends it into the back row. Once again, Metzger sets it up outside. Schlumbaum fires into the back row, dug out of there by the Wildcats. Cruz sets it over the top. Ellie Peterson knocks it right back. Martin sets it out. Bowder, roll shot, blocked. Wildcats scramble to get underneath of it, trying, and Grace Bowder cannot get there. Valiant attempt there by the Wildcats to scramble, but the Lions will score the point. 18-14 now in favor of Central Lyon. Nikki Blumendahl sends it to the back row. Martin will set up Kramer. Kramer tries to tip it across, and the block attempt is there. Whitney, Wagmeister, Sutton, Schlumbaum there to knock it down. West Lyon will call timeout here once again at 19-14. We'll take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back with the finish of set number 2 here on Listening to Lyon Volleyball on the Lyon Broadcast Network.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Rock Rapids, still in set number 2 here. Central Lyon leading West Lyon 19-14. Central Lyon with service. Nikki Blumendahl will send it across. Emery Martin sets it up outside. Grace Bowder fires back row. Blumendahl gets a piece of it, but can't keep it in play, and the Wildcats will score the point. Back to serve now for the Wildcats, Kennedy Kramer, with the Wildcats trailing 19-15, and Kramer too strong on the serve, out the end line. Giving it right back here to the Lions. J.C. Fredrickson now checking into the game for Central Lyon. Kylie Metzger will go back to serve. Metzger, a short serve, dug up out of there. Martin gets a hold of it. Shot attempt by Bowder is dug up there. Over the net it goes, and right there to meet it was Haley Knobloch to tip it down. Great shot attempt by Bowder there. Lions did everything they could to keep it alive, but Haley Knobloch very aware to tip it down for the Wildcat point. Deeren to Metzger, sets it outside to Wagmeister. Her shot is blocked. And Haley Knobloch once again on the mark there. Wildcats close to within 3. Grace Bowder back to serve here for Wildcats once again. Bowder sends it into the back row. Deeren underneath of it. Fredrickson outside. Wagmeister pushes across. Now Martin sets it up outside. Push attempt over the top there by the Wildcats. Tip over by Fredrickson. Wildcats keep it alive. Deeren can't handle the hit from Bowder. And the Wildcats score the point and pull within 2. Wildcats led 4-3 in this set, but it has been a tough go of it since then, now trying to claw their way back into it. Bowder sends it to the back row again. Blumendahl underneath. Metzger outside. Wagmeister. Her shot is off the mark into the net, and the Wildcats have a rally here as they have closed within 1. And Coach Jamie Shaw is going to call timeout and talk things over with her Lions. Lions have been in a good battle so far with the Wildcats. Lions had a big win where the Wildcats just couldn't get out of the service in set number 1, but they've been doing a great job of staying with the Lions. The Lions have only had a 5-point advantage during set number 2, and now the Wildcats have closed within 1. Both these teams looking for a few Siouxland Conference victories here to close out the regular season this week. Lions obviously playing host to the Wildcats here tonight, and then on Thursday we'll go on the road to face Okoboji to close out the regular season. Coach Shaw trying to break the momentum here of the Wildcats with that timeout. Grace Bowder back to serve once again here for West Lyon. Wildcats trailing 20-19 in set number 2. Deeren out of the back row, back set there, goes to Schlumbum. Schlumbum finds the line. Great back set there by Kylie Metzger, and Sutton Schlumbum once again knowing when to go baseline on that. Schlumbum back to serve with that 2-point advantage. Emery Martin sets it up, non-block, roll shot to the back row. Metzger to Blumendahl. Blumendahl pushes across. Martin sets it up outside. This time it is Grotwald. Grotwald's shot no good. Deeren pushes across. Wildcats take another shot again, and they just push over the top with Jada Cruz, and Jada Cruz finds that opening. The Wildcats have had great success with that, of tipping over the blockers, and the back row just can't get there. 1-point advantage for the Lions once again, 21-20, but the Wildcats with serve. Shot way too strong by the Wildcat server once again. And serving errors has been the story of the night here for the Wildcats. Cannot keep service. Connie Wilson back on to serve here now for the Lions. Ellie Peterson back in as well. Wilson sends it to the back row. Emery Martin, roll shot around there by, I think that was Madison Haig. It was Madison Haig. Didn't get all of it, but got enough of it to score the Wildcat point. Wildcats once again within one at 22-21. Now Emery Martin back to serve for the Wildcats. Schlumbum to Metzger outside. Ellie Peterson fires into the blockers. Nothing doing there as Madison Haig was there to meet her. And we are tied at 22. The Wildcats have rallied back, looking to take set number 2 here. Martin once again to serve for the Wildcats to Schlumbum. Kylie Metzger digs it deep out of the net. Ellie Peterson jumps over the top. Wildcats keep it alive, but the official says it hit the ground. Wow, I thought Grace Bowder got it, but they're going to say no. Lions will score the point. Emma Peterson back to serve. Peterson short serve there. Martin just pushes across back corner. Great dive. Lions scramble. It's still alive. Martin once again sets it up here to the outside tip attempt. No good. Madison Grotwald tried to tip right down the line and missed. It fell on the Wildcat side. And the Lions are 1 point away from taking set number 2. Peterson, short serve again. Martin just tips over the top. Lions underneath of it. Metzger outside. Paige Deeren fires to the backside. Wildcats cannot handle it. And the Lions take set number 2, 25-22. They survive and take a 2-0 lead. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with set number 3 here in Siouxland Conference Volleyball between the Wildcats and Lions on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Russell Forrest. It's a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble Austin & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church making the memories that are priceless.
And we welcome you back to Rock Rapids, getting ready for set number 3 here tonight. Siouxland Conference volleyball matchup between Central Lyon and West Lyon. Lions have taken the first 2 sets. They won set number 1, 25-8 in dominating fashion. The Wildcats played right with the Lions in set number 2, but the Lions able to get away and survive 25-22 to take that 2-0 lead. My name is Joel Viss. Glad to have you along here for this broadcast here tonight. Once again, we invite you to make sure you thank all the sponsors that you see throughout this broadcast. Stop in there and patronize their business, and make sure you tell them thank you for making sure that Central Lyon activities are possible here on our broadcast network. It is October Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at Central Lyon. They're having a pink out, a lot of pink T-shirts in the crowd, and there's some pink jerseys for the Wildcats as well. Here, all supporting breast cancer awareness. There's a raffle going on for Relay for Life out in the Commons area, and we've had a couple of cancer survivors give a little bit of testimony here earlier tonight as well. So a big night here for the Lions. Great to see Lyon County banding together here to support breast cancer awareness. Set number 3 is underway. Peterson sends it into the back row. Set up to the outside this time by Haig. Her shot was handled there. Paige Deeren fires back row. Dug out there by Cruz. Tip attempt over the top by Grotwald, and Grotwald finds her mark. And the Wildcats have the early edge here in set number 3. Wildcats looking to stay alive. They need to win this one to force set 4. Lions looking to close out the match. Emery Martin into the back row. She goes. Sutton Schlumbum digs it out, but into the net it goes. And it's a 2-0 lead here for the Wildcats. Martin once again to serve here for West Lyon. She'll send it once again. Schlumbum digs it out of the net. Metzger just has to hit it over the top. Wildcats underneath of it. Now Kramer sends it across. Lions scrambling to get with it here, trying to keep it alive. Blumendahl pushes over the top. Now Cruz to Martin. Push it to the back row by Grotwald. Kylie Metzger sets up Ellie Peterson. Dug up by Cruz. Grotwald to Martin pushing across. Kylie Metzger to Blumendahl, back across. Kylie Metzger pushes into the middle. Wildcats underneath of it. Bowder comes across, tries the roll shot over the top and hits the net. Too short on the attempt, and the Lions have their first point of set number 3. 2-1, the Wildcat advantage here. Paige Deeren back to serve for the Lions. Deeren sends it into the back row. Kramer now to Martin. Shot attempt too deep off the back line there by Madison Haig. That was really close. That was extremely close on that one. But nonetheless, they will say it is out, and it will be the Lions' point. 2-2 now the tie score here, as Paige Deeren will send it into the back row again to Kramer. Martin underneath, back to Kramer. She'll shoot over the top. Metzger aims for the back corner, and Metzger finds the defense over the top. Jada Cruz had a shot at there. She had a diving attempt but could not connect. Lions with their first lead here in set number 3. A 3-2 advantage. Deeren once again, this time back middle. Martin sets it out of the net. Kramer hits it into the net. It rolls over the top. Emma Peterson tries to slide under it but can't get there. Good break there for Kennedy Kramer as she tried to go line and hit the net, but able to score the point. Kylie Metzger, quick set over the middle to Ellie Peterson. Ellie Peterson shoots back corner, and the Lions regain serve and the lead. Whitney Wagmeister back into the game. Nikki Blumendahl back to serve now for Central Lyon, and she will be too strong on her serve out the end line. Tied at 4 here in set 3. Jada Cruz, the libero for the Wildcats, goes back to serve. Cruz sends it into the back row to Deeren. Metzger brings it out. Whitney Wagmeister, a great shot into the back row. Cruz, once again, she dives and gets a hand on it, but not enough. Jada Cruz has found herself in that position a lot here tonight. Lions once again with that 1-point lead. This time Kylie Metzger will go back to serve. Metzger sends it back row. Grotwald digs it out. Bowder has to save it. Grotwald sends it across. Blumendahl, Metzger back set there. J.C. Fredrickson tips across. Wildcats set it up. Bowder tries to tip. It's blocked. Wildcats scramble, keep it alive. Metzger outside. Schlumbum fires into the net. Wildcats underneath of it. Now Kramer, push attempt over the top. Lions keep it up. Metzger pushes. Martin, quick set over the middle. Shot for the Wildcats is good by Haley Knobloch. Good volley once again. And finally, Emery Martin able to get that quick set over the middle for Knobloch. And she finds the opening in the back row. All tied at 5 here in set number 3. Kennedy Kramer serves back corner here for the Wildcats. Tough dig out of the back row. Lions scrambling to keep it alive. Blumendahl, great run. Fredrickson saves it. Now Martin sets it up outside. Shot attempt to the back row. Dug out by Deeren. Now Metzger. Schlumbum fires through the defense and scores for the Lions. Haley Knobloch was there, but deflected off the side of her arm and out of bounds for the Lion point. Schlumbum back to serve now. Emery Martin, quick set over the top there. Blocked is Martin. Now pushed over by Kramer. Lions now underneath of it. Outside to Deeren. Deeren pushes across. Wildcats control. Outside Bowder tips over the top. Lions underneath. To the outside, Paige Deeren pushes back row. Cruz, now Martin, outside Bowder, fires back corner. Blumendahl under it. Metzger, now Deeren. Deeren fires through. Kennedy Kramer hits it up. Now Grotwald and Cruz sends it across. Lions underneath. Metzger sets it up over the middle to Wagmeister. Wildcats control it, push back corner. Lions starting to scramble now. J.C. Fredrickson just sends it across. Emery Martin deep outside. Grace Bowder gets a shot. It is partially blocked. Lions can't scramble to it. And the Wildcats will tie it at 6. Some fantastic volleys going on here in Rock Rapids right now. Wildcats get the score that time. Bowder back to serve now. Send it to Deeren. Deeren just returns it right over the top there. Shot for the Wildcats by Knobloch. Too strong, out of bounds. Lions once again will have that 1-point advantage. Ellie Peterson comes back into the game. So will Connie Wilson. Wilson will go back to serve with that 1-point advantage. A 93% serve efficiency for Connie Wilson as she sends it across there. Grotwald tips over the top there, straight down the net, and Grotwald finds the opening. Wildcats and Lions trading points here as the Wildcats make their rotation here. Taylor Rentschler now coming in to serve for the Wildcats. Short serve there, dug out there. Metzger sets it up outside Ellie Peterson. A free shot and a Lion point. Rentschler now checks out of the game, and the libero of Jada Cruz will come back in on the rotation. Emma Peterson back in for the Lions. She goes back to serve with that 8-7 lead. Cruz digs it out of the back row, but Martin can't get to it. And a 2-point advantage. And that is pretty big here in set number 3. It has been back and forth this entire set. Emma Peterson once again to the back middle. This time Emery Martin sets it up outside. Grotwald fires across. Paige Deeren can't handle the shot. It goes out of play. And the Wildcats get the ball back. Trailing now 9-8. Emery Martin will go back to serve now for the Wildcats. Martin to the back row. Schlumbaum can't handle it there as it was pretty deep. She came up on that serve and had to backpedal, but could not get to it. Emery Martin ties the score at 9, and she will be back to serve again. Schlumbaum has a handle on this one. Metzger takes it out of the net. Ellie Peterson over the top. Wildcats control. Grotwald takes a shot. It's blocked, but still falls down on the Lions side, and the Wildcats regain the lead at 10-9. Madison Grotwald that time with the kill. Martin sends it to the back row again. Quick set over the middle. Ellie Peterson tips over the top right between the two defenders. Cruz and Martin, some miscommunication there as both of them thought the other was going to get it. And it falls to the floor. All tied at 10. Paige Deeren back to serve once again here for Central Lyon. Short serve there. Martin underneath of it sets up Kramer. Kramer's shot is blocked, and the Lions will score the point. Kylie Metzger, Ellie Peterson there to meet the kill attempt by Kramer. Lions back on top now by 1. Deeren across there. Kramer gets it out of the back row. Back set across to Grotwald. She tips over the top. Blumendahl, great diving save. Martin, quick set again, but to Haig, and Haig fires to the sideline and cannot score the point. Just misses the sideline there. Lions once again with a 2-point advantage. Paige Deeren sends it into the back row to Kramer. Tip attempt over the top by Martin is blocked by the Lions. Wildcats once again with a shot. Grotwald roll shot. Metzger sets up Schlumbaum. She fires through. It's blocked and falls down on the Lions side. Wildcats break serve and pull within 1 once again. Madison Grotwald back to serve now for the Wildcats. Trying to stay in this game. Metzger, quick dump over the top. Kylie Metzger, very effective with that. Ellie Peterson looked like she was coming for that quick set, and Metzger just tipped it over. Nikki Blumendahl now back to serve with a 13-11 advantage. Short serve. Martin digs it over the top there. Now Metzger sets it up for the Lions. Sutton Schlumbaum with a tip attempt. She's been hitting it so hard all night long. This time she catches the Wildcats on a tip attempt. Lions lead 14-11. Wildcats call timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be back with more Lion Volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon. Central Lyon and West Lyon doing battle here in Siouxland Conference Volleyball. Lions leading set number 3 here by a score of 14-11. Lions have won the first 2 sets of the night. 25-8 in set number 1, 25-22 in set number 2. Nikki Blumendahl serves for the Lions. Emery Martin, quick set up there for Haig, and Haig hammers it home. Madison Haig got a huge kill attempt there. A quick set, and Haig just crushed it. Jada Cruz now serving for the Wildcats, and she hits it into the net. Lions have to scramble to keep it alive. Give it right back. Wildcats with control. Bowder roll shot over the top. Lions underneath. Now Blumendahl to the back row. Martin setting it up to the back row. Grotwald with a shot. Metzger digs it out of the net. Schlumbaum fires and scores. Lions lead 15-12. Big crowd on hand here tonight for Pink Out Night between the Wildcats and the Lions. Kylie Metzger on to serve for Central Lyon. She'll send it back to Cruz. Martin bump set to the back to Kramer. She'll fire to the back row. J.C. Fredrickson sends it over. Grotwald now sets up Kramer. Kramer fires to the back corner. Cannot find the mark. It goes out of play. And the Lions' lead is now 4. Kylie Metzger once again to serve here for the Lions. Sends it into the back row. Bowder underneath of it. Martin back set here to Grotwald. Lions dig it out, keep it in play, but the Wildcats have control. Grace Bowder fires to the back row. Deeren underneath of it. Now Metzger. Schlumbaum saves it and keeps it alive. Wildcats once again to the back row they go to Grotwald. She pushes across. Lions trying to set it up. Schlumbaum pushes, but into the net. Schlumbaum trying to get fancy there and push to the back corner. Thought she had the opening, just could not convert the play. Wildcats back with serve at 16-13. Kennedy Kramer on to serve for the Wildcats. Lions struggle with that one. Whitney Wagmeister can't take it out of the back row. And now a 2-point Lion lead. Kramer still serving. Kennedy into the back row. Wagmeister once again can't handle the serve as it goes out of play. Wildcats now pull within 1. 16-15. Wildcats staying alive here. They need to win this set to keep this match going. Kramer into the back row. Deeren just sets it back across there. Now Martin sets it up. Bowder fires into the blockers. Wildcats keep it alive. And the shot in the tip attempt by Martin finds the net and comes back on the Wildcat side just too short for Emery Martin. Sutton Schlumbaum wasting no time as she will serve for the Lions. Grace Bowder with a shot is blocked. Wildcats keep it alive. Now the Wildcats get a block. Lions push across. Wildcats set it up. Bowder roll shot back row outside. Out the back line it goes. Lions scramble enough to maintain a 3-point advantage. Timeout called by the Wildcats, I do believe. Or we'll have to wait here as Wildcats coach Darcy Grotwald trying to slow down Sutton Schlumbaum. She is not wasting time. She is serving as fast as they will let her. Set to the back row. Grotwald pushes over the top. Lions confused. Nobody gets to it. It falls down right in between all the Lion defenders. Wildcats regain the serve. Grace Bowder on to serve, trailing 18-16 here. Bowder sends it to the back row. Blumendahl to Metzger outside. Deeren with a shot is blocked. Lions underneath of it. J.C. Fredrickson sends it over. Now Emery Martin over the middle. The shot is blocked. And they will say it is not blocked. They're going to say the ball went into the net by Haley Knobloch, and they will call 4 hits on the Wildcats. 19-16 now as Connie Wilson back in to serve here. Wilson sends it back middle. Wildcats underneath of it, push across by Cruz. Deeren, now Metzger, back set to Schlumbaum. She fires back corner. Bowder underneath of it. Martin, now Grotwald. Grotwald with a kill shot, finds her mark. And the Wildcats regain the point. 19-17, still a 2-point Lion advantage. Late here in set number 3. As we said, the Wildcats need to win to keep the match alive. Served into the back row. Metzger sets it up outside. Shot from Ellie Peterson, dug out by the Wildcats. Lions with control again. Metzger pushes across. Martin, quick set over the middle there. And the shot is scored by Madison Haig. Haig didn't get it all. She got just the tip of the fingertips, but it was enough to clear the defense and score the Wildcat point. Now the Wildcats within 1 as they send it over again. Paige Deeren now to Metzger. Blumendahl sends it across. Martin underneath of it. Haig once again into the back row. Sutton now to Metzger. Paige Deeren with a shot. Tipped and falls to the floor for the Lion point. Paige Deeren with the shot from the outside, had it tipped by the Wildcat defense, but the back row not able to get to it in time. Emma Peterson back to serve now for the Lions as they lead 20-18. Short serve, Wildcats scramble underneath of it. Lions with control. Blumendahl pushes back row. Cruz gets it. Martin to Grotwald. Roll shot, Grotwald, and she finds the opening. Madison Grotwald with the roll shot there, but a great dig by Jada Cruz to keep that ball alive for the Wildcats. Emery Martin once again to serve for the Wildcats. A nice serve. That thing had some fantastic topspin, and it dove right in front of Nikki Blumendahl. Wildcats tie it at 20, and this time Coach Shar calls timeout for the Lions. Down the final stretch here of set number 3, we're all tied at 20. The Lions and the Wildcats doing battle here, though it was all Lions in set number 1, but a fantastic battle in set number 2. The Lions able to stay alive and edge out the Wildcats 25-22 in set 2, and now we're all tied at 20 here in set 3. Always the fun chants going back and forth between the Wildcat and Lion fan bases here. Crowd getting into it, and friendly rivalry here between Central Lyon and West Lyon. Wildcats with the serve. Emery Martin back here to serve for West Lyon, all tied at 20. Martin sends it into the back row. Lions can't get underneath of it. Confusion there between Blumendahl and Schlumbaum. Schlumbaum got a piece of it, but hits it under the net. 21-20, now the Wildcat lead. Martin still serving. Emery a short serve once again. Schlumbaum underneath of it. Those Lions will just push across. Now it's Cruz. Martin outside. Grotwald has to reach for it. Sends it over. Now Metzger sends it to Deeren. Deeren shot back corner out the end line, and it's a 2-point West Lyon advantage. Wildcats have not led by 2 since it was 2-0 at the beginning of this set. Martin another shot. Blumendahl to Metzger. Quick set, Ellie Peterson. Ellie Peterson reaches over the top and scores for the Lions. Lions still trail though here in set 3. Paige Deeren will go back to serve. Paige Deeren has been the server for Lions here tonight. The Wildcats have struggled when she is in this rotation. Martin sets up Kramer. Her shot is brought up there. Now Blumendahl sets it up. Metzger pushes to the middle. Kramer underneath it. Martin sets it up outside. Grotwald roll shot. Lions under it. Metzger tip over the top. Martin to Bowder outside. Kramer has to reach for it, and she does score. Kennedy Kramer had to run for it there and just tipped it through and deflected it off the Lion block. 23-21 in favor of the Wildcats here. Quick set over the top. Ellie Peterson's shot is underneath of it is Cruz. Martin now. Kramer tips over the top. Lions underneath of it. Metzger pushes back corner. Nobody there. Great find by Kylie Metzger. And the Lions still have life. Whitney Wagmeister back in. Nikki Blumendahl back to serve. Lions trail 22-23. Blumendahl to the back to Cruz. Martin comes underneath of it. Bowder pushes attempt over the top. Schlumbaum under it. Metzger back out. Sutton fires. It's blocked and scores for the Wildcats. Madison Haig right there, as well as Kennedy Kramer for the block. 24-21. The Wildcats are 1 point from taking set number 3. The Lions are going to call a timeout. 24-22. The Wildcats looking to stay alive here in this match. Trailing 2-0. The Wildcats need this one. Wildcats have consistently gotten better here throughout the night. They struggled in set number 1. Set number 2, they fought hard but just could not get over the top. And now they find themselves in great position in set number 3. Jada Cruz back to serve here for the Wildcats, looking for set point for West Lyon. Wildcats to the back row. Underneath is Metzger. Outside, Schlumbum fires down the line. And the Lions score the point. And the Lions still have life. J.C. Fredrickson now checking back in here for Central Lyon. Kylie Metzger will go back to serve. Wildcats still leading 24-23 with set point right here if they can get the point. Martin runs underneath of it. Wildcats just push across and too short on the push attempt, and the Lions have tied it at 24. We're going to get some extra points here. Kylie Metzger has it tied at 24. She'll send it across into the back row. Martin underneath of it, back set Kramer. Her shot dug out of the back row. Blumendahl sets up Schlumbum, roll shot. Cruz to Martin. She pushes back row and finds the opening. Great find there by Emery Martin as she pushes to the back corner. Standing there all alone was Paige Deeren. She couldn't get there. Kennedy back to serve as the Wildcats once again lead 25-24. Schlumbum shot is blocked, and the Wildcats take set number 3. 26-24. Wildcats win set 3. We will go to set number 4 when we return to more Lyon volleyball on the Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Hi, this is Russell Forrest. It's a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble Austin & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church making the memories that are priceless.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Back in Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon Gymnasium. My name is Joel Viss. Glad to have you along for this Siouxland Conference volleyball matchup between the Central Lyon Lady Lions and the West Lyon Wildcats. Lions jumped out to a 2-0 lead here early in this one, winning set number 1 25-8 and winning set 2 25-22. But the Wildcats came right back and were able to take set number 3 26-24 and keep this match alive as we are getting ready for set number 4. Wildcats hoping to hang on to some of the momentum that they have gained over these last couple of matches here. The Lions looking to try and just close this one out. Lions obviously need to win this match. They would like to win out this week so they can have a share of at least a share of the second place and runner-up spot in the Siouxland Conference here. That would be a big feather in their cap heading into district play. in just over 2 weeks. Wildcats will start with the serve here in set number 4. Paige Deeren digs it out of the back row. Metzger outside. Ellie Peterson just pushes it over. Emery Martin, quick shot there by Haig, and Haig off the block scores the point. Madison Haig has gotten better every set here tonight. She struggled in set 1, but every set she has hit the ball a little bit harder every time. Once again, back to serve are the Wildcats. Paige Deeren has to get underneath of it, but sends it over and out of bounds. 2-0 the lead. Taylor Rentschler serving for the Wildcats. Short serve this time. Fredrickson underneath of it. Push attempt to the back row by Schlumbum, just off the mark and out of play. A 3-0 lead now for West Lyon. Lions trying to adjust here on the fly as Rentschler sends it into the back row. Blumendahl, Metzger to the outside. Ellie Peterson fires. She's too strong. And it's a 4-0 lead for West Lyon. Wildcats have rallied back into this one. They hold the momentum right now as Rentschler sends it into the net. That was the early match struggles for the Wildcats. They'd gotten away from it and were able to be competitive here without those miscues on the serves. Now Rentschler hits it into the net, gives it back to the Lions. Emma Peterson to serve. Into the back row to Cruz. Quick set to Haig. Haig hits through the defense. Lions can't handle it. Madison Haig with another strong kill for the Wildcats, gives them a 5-1 advantage. Emery Martin back to serve now for West Lyon. Martin will send it too far out the end or off the side there. Out of play it goes. And back-to-back service errors for the Wildcats have given the Lions their only 2 points of set 4. Paige Deeren back to serve now for the Lions, trailing 5-2 here. Deeren into the back row to Kramer. Martin underneath it, back outside. Kramer takes a shot off the hands of Ellie Peterson and falls down on the Lions sideline. Wildcats get the point right back at 6-2. And Madison Grotwald will go back to serve now for the Wildcats. Emma Peterson to Metzger. Quick set, Ellie Peterson. And that's more Ellie Peterson style there. If she can get that quick set and take a shot and score the point. Peterson will check out. Wagmeister comes in for the Lions. Blumendahl serves into the back row. Martin outside. Bowder fires to the back row. Blumendahl to Metzger. Schlumbum fires to the back corner. Grotwald to Martin, and Bowder takes the shot. Lions block, but it falls on the Lions side. 7-3 the lead here for the Wildcats. Jada Cruz, the libero, back to serve now for West Lyon. Cruz, a serve attempt, hits the top of the net and rolls over the top for the Wildcat point. A stroke of luck there for the Wildcats on that one. They had 3 straight service errors, so it was good to see them get one to go their way. Cruz once again into the corner. Blumendahl to Metzger outside. Schlumbum fires down the line. Cruz underneath of it and cannot clear the net. It rolls into the net and down for the Lions score. J.C. Fredrickson now checks into the rotation for Central Lyon, and Kylie Metzger goes back to serve. Metzger into the back row there. Wildcats chasing underneath of it. Martin just has to send it across. Fredrickson to outside to Metzger. Schlumbum fires into the defense. The block is there, but this time it falls on the Wildcat side. Metzger trying to get the Lions back into this, trailing by 3 here in set 4. Martin, a set over the back set to Kramer, tipped up there by Blumendahl. Underneath of it's Fredrickson just to keep it alive. Quick set over the middle. Lions scramble underneath, and they will be called for the lift. Haley Knobloch had to make a great adjustment on there. She wasn't ready for that quick set. able to tip it over, and the Lions couldn't handle it. Kennedy Kramer with the serve for the Wildcats. Deeren now over to Blumendahl. Metzger just pushes across. Martin underneath of it, over to Bowder. Bowder fires through, it's tipped. Metzger shoots back corner, Cruz underneath of it. Martin keeps it alive. Wildcats push across with Grotwald. Fredrickson outside, Schlumbum fires through. Wildcats scramble. Wildcats still got it and cannot keep it going. Good dig and save attempt there by the Wildcats, but just goes into the net. Sutton Schlumbum back to serve for the Lions. A tip attempt by the Lions is caught by the Wildcats. Metzger now fires back corner. Wildcats with control outside. Bowder roll shot. Metzger underneath of it. Tip attempt. And a in the net by the Wildcats. Metzger got underneath of it, hit it right back at the net. Haley Knobloch went up to tip it down, but the officials call her for being in the net. Schlumbum tips it off the net, but the Wildcats keep it alive. Grotwald, great shot from the back row. Finds the spot there. Blumendahl can't get it. Wildcats able to break the serve. Keep their lead at 3. Grotwald to serve here now for the Wildcats. Paige Deeren has to run underneath of it. Blumendahl tries to keep it over and hits it out the end line, and it's a 4-point Wildcat advantage. Grace Bowder is the server actually here for the Wildcats. Into the back row. Wagmeister sets it over there. Martin tries a tip attempt, but Paige Deeren was ready for it. Paige Deeren tips it right back down. Not fooled on that one. Emma Peterson back in to do the serving for the Lions. Ellie Peterson also back in on rotation. Henry Martin outside. Grotwald roll shot. Deeren underneath of it. Metzger back set. Shot from Fredrickson. Underneath of it is Cruz. Now Martin. Grotwald again with the shot, and Grotwald with the kill. Whitney Wagmeister is going to check back into the game. Also checking back in on rotation is Taylor Rentschler for the Wildcats. Rentschler will go back to serve. Into the back row, Schlumbum to Metzger. Back set, Schlumbum fires from the back row. Rentschler hits it into the net, and the Lions will get the point. Wildcats still have the momentum here in set 4. You can feel it, but they just can't quite get away. Lions are hanging tough. Emma Peterson on to serve here into the back row. Cruz has to dive to get underneath of it. Wildcats just push back row. Schlumbum, Metzger, quick shot. Ellie Peterson pushes over. Back set there from Martin to Bowder. Bowder finds the shot and the mark. Straight down the line, the Wildcats extend their lead to 4 once again at 13-9, and Emery Martin will go back to serve. Schlumbum out of the back row to Metzger to the outside. Deeren push over the top. Martin is there. Outside they go. Bowder fires. Grotwald fires. It is blocked by the Lions. And the Lions will regain the point and the serve. Paige Deeren once again on to serve here for the Lions. 13-10, the Wildcat lead in set number 4. Lions lead 2-1. Wildcats are just going to push across with Grotwald. Blumendahl, Metzger outside. Fires. Grace Bowder can't handle it. Kill shot for Sutton Schlumbum. Pulls the Lions within 2. Deeren once again back to serve here. Sends it into the back middle. Martin sets it up outside. Kennedy takes a shot. Her shot is blocked. Martin once again a set. And this time Haig underneath of it. Lions scramble. Haig trying to get to Martin. Martin keeps it alive. Wildcats push over the top. Grotwald, great find. That is a fantastic heads-up play. Haig hit it straight in the air. Martin had to get around her to keep it alive. And then Grotwald was able to tip it over and score. Shot by Sutton Schlumbaum is too far out the back line. Wildcats back to a 4-point advantage on that, 15-11. Grotwald to serve once again here. Blumendahl, Metzger sets it up here in the back row. Blumendahl just sends it across, finds the opening in the back row as the Wildcats are confused. Jada Cruz could not get to it. Nikki Blumendahl serving now for the Lions. They trail 12-15. Blumendahl into the back row. Martin, quick set over the middle. Tip across over there by Haig. Lions push to the back row. Cruz underneath it. Martin outside. Shot attempt by Bowder is good. Blumendahl could not get to it. Still a 4-point advantage here. The Wildcats just hanging on to control of this game. Jada Cruz serves into the back row to Blumendahl. Metzger, quick shot over the middle there. Wagmeister's blocked. Set up once again. Now Schlumbaum pushes back row. Martin outside Bowder. Roll shot to the middle is good. That roll shot has been effective for the Wildcats when they figured it out. West Lyon has been able to score and catch the Lions. 5-point advantage now. Jada Cruz still on to serve for West Lyon here in set 4. Wildcats trying to push it to a decisive set 5. Cruz too strong on the serve. Can't find her mark out the end line. Lions will get the serve back. J.C. Fredrickson checks back into the game. Kylie Metzger back to serve. Metzger into the back row. Cruz to Martin. Quick set over the middle there. Knobloch finds her mark as J.C. Fredrickson can't handle the shot. Central Lyon going to call a timeout here. 18-13 in set number 4. Wildcats leading the Lions. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Lion volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back in Rock Rapids here, set number 4 between West Lyon and Central Lyon. The Wildcats leading set number 4, 18-13. Wildcats have been in control this entire set after winning set number 3 to keep the match alive. Lions still lead the match at 2-1, but the Wildcats with the advantage here looking to force a set 5. Lions looking to rally here and see if they can't get back in this. Lions just out of a timeout. Back to serve here for the Wildcats, Kennedy Kramer. She'll send it into the back row. Deeren underneath of it. Blumendahl scrambles. Now Schlumbaum just sends it across to the back row. Martin sets it up outside. Bowder roll shot over the top. Lions underneath of it, back set there. Shot to the back row by Schlumbaum. Martin, quick set over the middle, blocked by the Lions. Back set again, and Schlumbaum sends it across. Martin once again sets it up outside. Bowder pushes across, left hand even for Grace Bowder, and this time finds her spot once again. The Lions have a big opening right in the middle of the court. The back row is playing extremely deep, and they're sending blockers. Wildcats serve once again, and an ace serve by Kennedy Kramer. Connie Wilson thought it was going out. It falls right inside the corner. 20-13, the advantage here for the Wildcats. Closing in on set number 4. Kramer sends it across again. No, it hits the net and falls down. A service error against the Wildcats. Paige Deeren now back in on rotation. Sutton Schlumbaum on to serve for the Lions. Cruz takes it out of the back row. Martin, back set, Grotwald. Metzger sets it up. Paige Deeren shoots through the defense and scores the point for the Lions. Lions not going away, need to stay alive here, still trail by 5. Lions into the back row, a punch attempt there by Grotwald. Wildcats keep it alive, but push it over the top, or try to, and can't get it done. West Lyon going to call a timeout as the Lions go on a mini run. Darla Grotwald does not want the Lions to gain any kind of momentum here, knows she has a 4-point lead and wants to make sure her girls stay focused out there and make sure the Lions can't get any kind of run going. Lions here talking it over. Coach Shar, obviously, we talked about her getting her 200th career win just a few weeks ago. Kylie Metzger picking up her 1,000th career assist this past weekend over at Harris Lake Park during that tournament. Lions came home in second place, losing to Harris Lake Park in the finals over there. Lions dealing without Farrah Lewis here tonight again, as she has back issues, but they hope to get her back after tonight. We hope to have her back for Okoboji on Thursday. Slumbum sends it across again outside. A great shot to the back corner again. And Blumendahl has been the target here in that back corner. Grace Bowder now going back to serve. Wildcats leading 21-16. Bowder once again to serve here into the back row. Underneath of it is Blumendahl. Metzger outside. Deeren fires through. Wildcats underneath of it. Confusion on who's going to get it between Martin and Grotwald. And it falls down for the Lion point. Now coming in, Hayden Hymanson into the match. And Hymanson will go back to serve here for the Lions. Into the back row, Martin to the outside. Roll attempt by Grotwald. Metzger underneath of it. Now Hymanson outside. J.C. Fredrickson fires down the line. Wildcats control. Grotwald shot to the back corner. Hymanson under it. Metzger outside. Deeren fires. It's tipped in the air. Wildcats can't get it. And the Lions will score. Wildcats tipped it. Grotwald knocked it into the rafters. And that thing came straight back down. Hymanson once again on to serve. Into the back row to Kramer. Martin sets it up over the middle. Lions control here. Slumbum now a free shot over the cross by Fredrickson. Kramer to Martin. Once again a shot over the middle by Knobloch. And Knobloch scores for the Wildcats. Oh, wow, no, they're going to say that went out, man. That looked close. Knobloch was out of bounds. The Lions will get the point for that one. Knobloch will take a shot again. And this time it is tipped by Fredrickson before going out. So Knobloch will get credited for that kill attempt. And now the Wildcats will have the ball back. Taylor Rentschler back to serve here for West Lyon, leading 22-19. Metzger sets it outside. Ellie Peterson pushes over the top and finds the opening. Lions regain serve once again. Emma Peterson will rotate in. It's a 2-point Wildcat lead, 22-20. Peterson, the server for Central Lyon. Cruz digs it out of the back row. Quick set over the middle there is blocked by the Lions. Madison Haig, she has been huge on that quick set for the majority part of these last two sets. This time she's blocked. The Lions pull within one, and West Lyon calls timeout. 22-21. It was 20-16 at the last timeout by the Wildcats. Darla Grotwald tried to call timeout to slow the Lion run. Wildcats did momentarily, but now Central Lyon has fought right back. 22-21 here in set number 4. If the Lions win, they win the match 3-1. Wildcats win, we go to a decisive set 5. Emma Peterson once again serving for the Lions, trailing by 1. Cruz to Martin, outside. Grotwald tip over the top. Lions underneath of it. Wildcats push to the back row. Blumendahl now to Peterson, over the top with Deeren. Wildcats now Martin, quick set. Haig fires back row. Lions underneath of it. Lions still alive. They go over the top with Metzger. Wildcats, Martin outside. Grotwald fires, tipped. Lions get underneath. Now Deeren pushes across. Wildcats set up once again. Haig fires, tip. Lions are there. Metzger pushes back row. Wildcats scramble. It's still going. Lions again. Metzger, quick set. Ellie Peterson scores for the Lions. All tied at 22. Here in set number 4, the Lions have rallied back. They were down 20-15. The Wildcats have led by as many as 5, but the Lions are now tied. Peterson to the back row. Martin sets it up. Grotwald with a shot is blocked. Wildcats control again. Push to the back row. Schlumbum. Metzger. Deeren fires. Grotwald underneath of it. Grotwald will push across again, but hits the net, and it falls short. The Lions have the lead. The home crowd is getting into it now. It's getting noisy. The Lions lead 23-22. No timeouts for West Lyon. They can't stop it. Emma Peterson to the back row to Cruz. Martin underneath of it. Grotwald just going to push across. Peterson, Metzger, quick set. Ellie Peterson, shot is good. And the Lions are 1 point away from taking the match. Match point for Emma Peterson, 24-22. This is a fantastic Siouxland Conference battle between the Lions and the Wildcats. Peterson, back row, Cruz underneath. Martin, quick set over the top. Haig, she gets it up. Lions cannot handle it. It goes around the outside. Wildcats still alive. Madison Haig got that point that time. Back to serve will be Emery Martin. 24-23, Lions lead. Martin to the back row. Underneath is Blumendahl. Metzger, push over the top. Wildcats control to the outside. Kennedy, she had saved. Now the Lions push across. Deeren fires and scores. And the Lions have come back to win set number 4, 25-23. And they will win the match 3-1. What a great matchup here between the Lions and the Wildcats. A lot of fun. And we'll be back with our postgame wrap-up when we return to more Lion volleyball on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Rock Rapids, live from Central Lyon, a fantastic Siouxland Conference volleyball matchup between the Central Lyon Lady Lions and the West Lyon Wildcats here tonight. Central Lyon coming away victorious 3-1 over West Lyon. The Lions jumped out to a dominating set number 1 win, taking set number 1 25-8 in a matchup where the Wildcats just could not get anything to go their way. Coming into set number 2, it was competitive all the way through, battled back and forth, but the Lions were able to hang on. They held the lead for the majority of the set and able to hang on for a 25-22 win in set number 2. After that, though, the Wildcats largely in part were dominating set number 3, and they allowed the Lions to battle back into it, but the Wildcats leading were able to hang on and took set number 3 26-24 to keep the match alive. Set number 4 was looking like it was all Wildcats early on. The Wildcats held a 5 to 6 point advantage for pretty much the entire course of set number 4. Then as it got late in the match, the Lions started to rally back. The Wildcats tried to call timeout, tried to break the rally. They actually led 20 to 15 at one time. The Lions battled back and tied it at 22-22, and then ultimately came back and took the win 25-23 to take that third and final set and take home this match win. Lions will improve here on the season to 22-8. The Wildcats will fall to 15-8 on the season. Both of them will finish up regular season play this Thursday night. The Lions will go on the road to Okoboji before closing out the season. Then after that, both these teams will move on into district play. They both have a bye throughout the first round. The Lions will be looking to come back here on October the 22nd at 7 o'clock right here at Central Lyon. They will play the winner of the first round matchup between Rock Valley or Boyden Hall. So the winner of that matchup there will come here to Rock Rapids to take on the Lions there in round number 2. But they've got one more game to go here in regular season play. Final score here tonight from Central Lyon. The Lady Lions victorious over the Wildcats 3-1. Once again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. We thank you for joining us throughout the season here for Lyon Volleyball, and would not be possible without the support of the fine sponsors that you saw throughout this broadcast. My name is Joel Viss. Glad to be with you. Lions win 3-1. Good night, everybody.